Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and if you've already been here, welcome back. So in today's video, we'll be talking a little bit about the eclipse season that's going on right now. We just had our double new moon in Aries along with a solar eclipse on the 21st, and we remain in eclipse season until May 5th, when we're going to be having a full moon in Scorpio. So everything having to do with this eclipse energy is about Aries and Scorpio energy, so it's a lot of new beginnings and a lot of transformation. Right now, in this exact moment, and I would say for maybe the last week, a lot of you have probably been feeling really drained and very tired. That's just how eclipse energy is. And I wouldn't push yourself to act on anything. I would just take the time to get rest, self-care, take naps. Don't do anything if you don't want to. But if you do have ideas that pop into your head, because it is still all about new beginnings, what I would recommend is write them down. And if you don't have a notebook handy, a really good idea is to use the little notes or notebook that's in your phone. Most people have their phones on them all the time, and when you have good ideas popping into your head, just put them in your little notes in your phone and then use them for later when you do have energy. Do not try to push yourself. Don't try to push yourself to go to social gatherings. Don't try to push yourself to go looking for another job right away. I think with this particular eclipse energy that I've noticed with everyone collectively is a change of heart, whether it has to do with how you're viewing someone in a friendship type of way, romantically, or with your jobs. Something that you thought you wanted, you're kind of looking at it and reevaluating it and thinking, I'm not so sure if this is what I really want. Don't necessarily act on it, but put it in the back of your head, put it in your little notes in your phone, in a notebook somewhere, and readdress it later when your energy pops back up. Yeah, a lot of you maybe, or, maybe there's a person on your mind that checks all the boxes, but maybe you didn't feel that chemistry before, and now you're starting to reevaluate it, thinking, maybe things could work with this person after all. Or the opposite way around where, something's not really working for you. And if this doesn't resonate, maybe this isn't the video for you. We will also do a pick-a-pile with 3 different piles to choose from. So that's the gist of eclipse energy. Eclipses in general bring forth new beginnings, lots of transformation. The last time we had an eclipse was in October of last year. There might have been a huge tower moment or a huge shakeup for a lot of you where something big changed. And also, right around this same time of year, the end of April going into the end of May of 2022, that also had an eclipse season going on. So if you think of the type of energy that those things had, that might be similar to what's going on now, but it might be a little different because we're adding that Aries energy into the mix. The last 2 eclipses were Scorpio and Taurus energy. Alright, so I will pause the video. I will give you a chance to take a moment to look at which crystal you're drawn to, and we'll go ahead and get on to our pick-a-pile readings. Alright, so we have our 3 piles to choose from. We have some orange selenite here for pile 1. For pile 2, we have rhodonite. And for pile 3, we have some Caribbean blue calcite. Take a moment to go ahead and pause the video and decide which crystal you're drawn to the most, and we will go ahead and get on to your readings. Hi there, pile 1. If you chose the orange selenite, this'll be your reading. We will get a few shuffles here and see what's going on for my pile 1s during this eclipse energy. We'll also pull a few oracle cards at the end also. So the Three of Cups flew out of the deck right away. So some of you might be, there may be some type of gathering, like some kind of celebration that you're going to soon. Could be a party, could be getting together with friends. There's something on your mind that is involving either a party that you went to, you met someone at a party, or you're going to a party soon. Maybe you just accomplished something major in your life and it's time to celebrate. Take what resonates and leave the rest. What do we have for pile 1? Could also be talking about a timeline, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. If any of that makes sense to you. And also overall energy at the bottom of the deck for my pile 1s, we have the Empress in the reverse. Some of you might be dealing with a control freak. Most likely that's female, could be someone with Taurus placements that's just really negative at this moment. Doesn't have to be. And that might not be the person that's on your mind as far as a love situation goes. That could be a relative, a boss, a friend, or maybe even a family member of the person that's on your mind. So in your energy, we have the Queen of Wands. So a lot of you are coming into your power, you're motivated, you've got a plan of action. Even if you're really, really tired and worn out and drained right now due to that eclipse energy, even though you're not acting on it, I feel like mentally you've got a plan. And in the present energy, we've got the Six of Swords. That could be talking about moving on from a situation. You're thinking about leaving that job, or, you know, possibly the person where it's not working out with them. If that doesn't make any sense, it could be talking about you're planning a trip with the person if things are going well. And in their energy, we've got the Four of Swords in reverse. So your person may have recently came out of hibernation, or maybe they're really high strung right now and they're kind of blowing things up and you wish that they would kind of just take a breather for a minute. You don't know how to catch up with their energy. And that's kind of in the past moment of what you're coming out of right now. In the present, we've got the World in reverse for your energy. So this may be a karmic cycle that may need to come to a close, and you may be in denial of it. And we've got in the present moment between both of your energies, we've got the Eight of Swords. That talks about maybe you're not wanting to see the truth right now, or there's some kind of hidden truth that hasn't come out and you're blind to it at the moment. Both of you could be. Ooh, and they've got the King of Wands in the reverse. I feel like they've lost motivation in some way and it's frustrating you right now, and you're not really sure. That blindfold is still on right now. And in the future energy for you, we have the Chariot in the reverse. You feel stuck right now. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. You're having a hard time letting go and just kind of letting the flow of the universe happen. And in their energy, somehow we've got the Three of Wands in the reverse. They're tired of waiting for something. There's something that they've been waiting on and they're not getting it. I'm not sure what it is. So I'm going to pull some more cards here. So for my pile 1, what action is their person going to take? What actions are on the horizon here? What action is pile 1's person going to take? Alright, what action is pile 1's person gonna take? We've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Some of you may have felt left out in the cold by this person, and it's the feeling of coming back in. So maybe you were in an argument or disagreeing on something. One of you or both of you felt really left out in the cold. It looks like the situation's gonna, be resolved, and you'll both have a talk and maybe won't feel so left out in the cold. And we've got the Knight of Wands in the reverse, along with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think you'll make up, but I don't think that there's going to be much action that's taken. And it could be that eclipse energy and that Mercury retrograde energy going on. And with that Three of Pentacles in the reverse, I don't think that this person is going to get on the same page with you or collaborate. You're having a hard time getting on the same page as one another. And, so we've got the Four of Wands in the reverse, with the King of Swords in the reverse, and then we've got the King of Wands. So I don't think that, I think the arguments will be resolved enough where you'll be able to just kind of reach a standstill at the moment. But I think during this eclipse energy, I don't see it really going anywhere, like, with forward movement. It's just gonna kind of be at a standstill. I do feel like, let's see, on May 5th, that's when the lunar eclipse happens in Scorpio. I would say maybe a week after that, maybe a week or two after that, so late May, things might start to get rolling, because we do have the King of Wands in the upright. And what's the outcome? What outcome can I get for my pile 1? We'll also pull some oracle cards after this too. What's the outcome for my pile 1 and their person? And if you're not dealing with a romantic situation, this could be talking about a friendship. Could be talking about a work situation also, but I'm thinking more love and friendship is the likely situation. What's the outcome for my pile 1? Alright, so we've got the Five of Cups in the reverse. And we've got the Devil card. And the Ten of Wands in the reverse, so you could be dealing with some very toxic and manipulative energy, and you're deciding to let go of this person, aren't you? With this Five of Cups in the reverse, you're healing from a loss, and then that manipulative energy with the Devil, and then we've got the Ten of Wands, you're releasing a burden, and if it's not the person itself, maybe there was some kind of toxic habit or toxic cycle that either this person had or you did together, and you're overcoming this toxic cycle. And if that's not what it is, you're releasing this person because you've decided that they're toxic. And if that doesn't resonate for you, I mean, take what resonates, leave the rest, maybe pick a different pile if that doesn't make any sense. Alright, pile 1, we'll get a few oracle cards here and see if they resonate with your reading. Alright, so a couple of cards flipped right up, 3 of them in a row. So we have Wear Your Party Hat. Interesting that you got the 3 of Cups in the beginning. That's talking about a celebration, a party, celebrating a huge accomplishment, or maybe you're going to a party. Manifest Your Magic. We've got this cute little picture of a bunny rabbit. Oh, and a little bird with a party hat on. And finally, we have look beyond the surface. So maybe a person in your life that you're dealing with might not be what they seem. Only you know what's going on. Only you can prevent forest fires. Well, I hope that made sense and resonated for you. We will go ahead and move on to pile 2. Alright, pile 1, well, I wish you the best of luck with everything, and I hope everything works out in your favor. Thank you, pile 1. We'll move on to pile 2 next. Hi there, pile 2. If you chose the RHODONITE, this will be your reading. We'll get a few shuffles here and we'll see what's going on for my pile 2s in this eclipse energy that we're having. Alright, what do we have for pile 2? We'll get a few more shuffles here. Well, 2 cards flew out of the deck right away. Alright, so the first card that popped out of the deck is the Queen of Wands here, along with the 7 of Pentacles. So that's looking good for you already. I'm liking pile 2's reading. So with that Queen of Wands, you are coming into your power, you're coming up with new creative ideas, even though you might not be acting on them. They're in your head at the moment, and you're just kind of working on a game plan. And it looks like with that 7 of Pentacles, you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. You're looking at what you've created and looking back on it and being proud of yourself for a job well done. I like it. What else do we have for pile 2 here? So in your energy, we have the Queen of Swords. So you may be in a mental space, like an intellectual space right now versus emotional. You may be, no, this is your past energy. Some of you may have made a head over heart decision. And we've got the 2 of Pentacles, interesting, because that talks about deciding between 2 choices. It also is the card of having a lot on your plate and the possibility of burnout. Maybe you've been contemplating a new job, you've been getting burned out, and while your heart is really in your current place of employment, mentally, like in your mind, you're thinking, well, is this really working for me? Should I stick with this current job, or should I see what else is out there? Should I investigate this new possibility? And I would say, you know, keep thinking about it. Brainstorm your ideas, maybe touch up your resume, just to be prepared. And I wouldn't wait too long, because if you see a golden opportunity, you don't want to let somebody else snatch it up, but at the same time, you don't want to make like too impulsive of a decision and then think, oh no, I made the wrong choice. Use your intuition, weigh the pros and cons. You might not be able to make up your mind until Mercury retrograde's over, but at the same time, you don't want to let something pass you up. And there's also, you know, the Star card in the reverse, so a wish may have not came true. Maybe you were hoping for that raise or that promotion and didn't end up getting it, and you feel really, you know, discouraged right now. I feel like my pile 2s are dealing with a job situation. It could be romantic. We'll see what else we can find. So in your present energy, in your energy, we've got the Page of Cups, so that's giving you the green light to go ahead with new endeavors. That usually deals with things that have to do with emotions. And in the energy between both of you, if you're dealing with a person, like a romantic situation, we've got the Hierophant. That talks about tradition. It could possibly even be the marriage card. It doesn't always mean that, though. You know, take what resonates and leave the rest. So we've got the Three of Wands in the reverse. So in your person's energy, they're getting tired of waiting on something. Maybe they're dealing with a job situation and it's affecting your relationship. Maybe they're bringing home the work stress, possibly. And we've got the Two of Wands in the reverse in your future energy. So I feel like you really are wanting to come together with this person, but until things settle down, it's going to be tough for it to reach its full potential. We can't use that as an excuse, though. So in the future energy between the two of you, we've got the Fool card in the upright. You and this person both want to dive headfirst into this connection. And I think maybe one of you or both of your, like, job situation is what's blocking it right now. But I don't think that, you know, you're gonna let that come between you. And plus, you know, if it's meant to be, nothing should really stop the connection from happening. It's just slowing it down a little bit. And in the future energy for their position, their energy, it looks like we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So they are becoming the master of their craft. Maybe they will get that job promotion or possibly that new job that they're thinking about. Either way, I think that in your energy or your person's, whichever one of you has a job question in mind, it's going to come out successful in the end and you're going to step up the ladder. And what actions is your person going to take for pile 2? What are my pile 2's person's actions for the future here? Alright, so actions this person's gonna take. We got the Page of Cups again. So if you've had a new person on your mind or, you know, with your current one, there's definitely emotional new beginnings. Definitely in your romantic life, I would say. And if you have no question on your mind about romance at all, this could be an emotional new beginning for yourself, or possibly a new creative project. You did get the Queen of Wands after all. And we've got the Hierophant. Again, I swear I shuffled them really well. That's, you know, if this isn't the marriage card, this could have to do with tradition. It could have to do with faith. Maybe you'll be reaching a new spiritual connection with this person. Whether it's a new person or like a new chapter with your current one. I think that you're gonna have new beginnings emotionally and spiritually. And the Hierophant card is one of the marriage cards. Doesn't mean, you know, take what resonates and leave the rest. I don't want you to turn around and get mad and say, well, Sunshine and Violet said you were gonna marry me. And then we've got the Three of Wands in the reverse again. So maybe they've been holding back from telling you how they feel and they're tired of waiting and they're tired of holding back. I feel like, yeah, with future actions, we've got the Two of Swords. So maybe they've been at a crossroads and they've been deciding should they tell you how they feel or not. Very strange that we got the Two of Cups in reverse with this. That really doesn't make any sense. Tell me about the Two of Cups in reverse. That doesn't match with the rest of the readings. Oh, well, no wonder. Oh, that was goofy. So I read it wrong. Boy, I need to get my prescription for my contacts checked. So, no wonder. So it's the Seven of Cups in reverse, not the Two of Cups in reverse. That totally makes sense. So the Seven of Cups in the upright is all about either having a ton on your plate or multiple options. So I think that with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, you know, your things are settling down with having all that stuff on your plate. So I think that they're choosing to prioritize and not burn themselves out on work. And, you know, so then they'll have more time to dedicate more energy to romantic things. Or if it was a situation where you or them had a lot of people to decide between, like from a romantic point of view, they're dropping all their other options and they've decided that you're the one. I mean, really, if they thought that you were the one, I don't think there should have been other options in the first place. Because I think people know pretty quick if they really are truly your person. That's just my opinion. You know, if you've got multiple people on your mind, the answer is probably none of them. Because when your person comes in, I feel like you know pretty fast. And what's the outcome for pile 2? Can I get an outcome for pile 2? Oh, too many cards. What's the outcome for my pile 2? Well, we got kind of a lot of cards. I feel like I should read them, though. So outcome for my pile 2. So we've got the High Priestess, the Seven of Wands in the reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, Three of Swords in the reverse, and the Muse of Materials. That's basically like the King of Pentacles. Again, I feel like that with that King of Pentacles, that's job success. And I feel like if one of you or both of you is trying to seek out a new opportunity career-wise, keep your goals to yourself. Don't tell the whole world about it. You don't want people outside influences in your business. And with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, I think that you or them will be able to drop your walls that you had up now that things are starting to come together a little bit better, and then kind of letting God or, you know, fate take the wheel. And then with that Three of Swords in the reverse, that's talking about healing. So it's looking good for you, pile 2. Things might be, you know, there might be some rockiness during this Mercury retrograde that goes until May 14th. You know, but other than that, you know, things might be a little bit hectic at first, but I think all in all, it'll be a really great outcome for you romantically and in your job life. So we'll get a couple of oracle cards for my pile 2 and see if any of it resonates with your reading. What messages do we have for my pile 2? Oh, I love it. Bloom like a badass. That sounds like it makes a lot of sense for you, pile 2. Pretty self-explanatory. You're growing and you're healing. And then we have, oh, I love it. Become an alchemist. Yeah, you're learning how to be resourceful and use everything that you have to turn dog shit into gold, basically. And then we have harvest the honey. Completely makes sense with everything. Looking good for you, pile 2. Alright, pile 2, that'll be it for your reading, so we will go ahead and move on to my pile 3s next. Thank you, pile 2. Hi there, Pile 3. If you chose the Caribbean Blue Calcite, this'll be your reading. We'll get a few shuffles here and see what's going on for my Pile 3. I hope you're all... Something told me to tell you to stay well hydrated. I know it's just something that people say a lot, and, you know, it's... Drink more water, you know, it's simple, but we all forget to do it. I hate being told that personally, but something's telling me to tell you to make sure you're staying hydrated. Some of you may have been feeling dizzy recently, and also eat dark chocolate. It's kind of crummy weather right now in Wisconsin, typical for April, but when it warms up, get outside and walk around in the grass barefoot if it's logical to do so. And if you're sticking around indoors, take a warm Epsom salt bath. That always helps. Open the windows, get some fresh air. Something for Pile 3 feels heavy, but yet with a lot of sunshine and bright light and hope. I myself have been a little bit drained from this eclipse and Mercury retrograde energy. Something's also wanting me to tell you to stay grounded and use black tourmaline. And if you don't know what that is, it is a crystal that's really great for grounding energy and protection. So a card flew out of the deck. So we have the Six of Cups in the upright. That is so cute. So that could mean a couple of different things. Some of you could be feeling really nostalgic. You could be connecting with people from your past, whether it's a romantic relationship, long-lost family member, or, you know, possibly an old friend from back in the day that you miss dearly. It's also the soulmate card. So if you've had a person on your mind and it sounds like it, you know, of course, take what resonates and leave the rest. If the person on your mind is an a-hole, obviously it's not talking about them being your soulmate. But if you already had a gut feeling that someone may be your soulmate to begin with, that could be a sign that you might be right. Time will tell. What else do we have for my Pile 3s? So in your past energy, we have the Page of Swords. So there may have been new beginnings with communication. Maybe you finally expressed how you felt to somebody. The energy between both of you is the Ten of Pentacles. That does make sense that, you know, if it's not a soulmate connection, it's definitely something long-term that's meant to be, at least, you know, for a while, that looks pretty happy. The Ten of Pentacles is where everything's coming together, and, you know, it's almost like the happy family type of card. And we've got, in their energy, the Emperor. They could be an Aries or a Taurus. They could be, you know, if you're dealing with somebody that's masculine or has masculine energy, this is a person that's confident and in their power, you know, and they're not afraid to show you how they feel. And when I say show you, you know, I'm talking about they may not express how they feel, but their actions definitely show it. And this is, you know, your past, so maybe this is what's already happened. And in the present energy, so we've got the Fool card in the reverse in your energy. So you've got some hesitation about jumping into this. Maybe you've got some past trauma and you're afraid of being hurt. Then again, who isn't? We've got the Sun in the reverse, so maybe there's a temporary, like the clouds are covering the sun right now. Literally, it's cloudy outside. But in this situation, there may be like a temporary lull, and maybe you're afraid to take that next step because you can't tell if it's just a temporary lull or if they're, backing away from you. What do we have in their energy? So we've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So I think both of you have come out of a situation where you felt stabbed in the back, and both of you have done some healing from this. And, I think it's allowing you to come together. Maybe both of you have a little bit more healing to do, but it's still okay to continue to, see where things go. But I think you're both understanding your own past traumas and how it's affecting things. And in the future energy, so we've got the Hanged Man for your energy. Between the both of you, we've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. And we've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse for their energy. So I feel like both of you, you've been sitting around waiting. There's been a lack of forward movement between the two of you with this Queen of Wands in the reverse. There may have even been a blow-up between you both, or, you got a little bit smart-assy and sassy with one another. And then their energy, we've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. They're finally gonna not be so defensive anymore. They may let down their wall shortly. And what future actions do we have for Pile 3's person? Yeah, I'm thinking it like it's telling me to tell you, don't give up on this connection. There may be a lull right now, there may be some hesitation between the two of you, but I wouldn't give up on it. I wouldn't try to push anything, but just kind of let the cards fall where they may. Still keep the lines of communications open. Be open to what they have to say. I do see a lot of potential in this connection for you, Pile 3. I mean, obviously, if there's abuse or something going on, and I'm saying, oh, don't give up on it yet, well, obviously, give up on it if it is an abusive situation where, you're being emotionally or psychologically or physically abused. Don't stick around, but if you're not dealing with some kind of crazy situation like that, or, where there's cheating going on, don't stick around if that's the case. But outside of those things, if, you're wondering where things are going because there's like a lull between the two of you, I wouldn't give up on the connection. I do believe that there's hope. So the actions that this person is going to take towards my Pile 3s, that's really weird. So we've got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Swords in the reverse, and then the Nine of Wands in the upright, which basically kind of contradicts everything. I feel like there's going to be a lot of back and forth between you and this person. That doesn't make sense. Let me get the outcome for Pile 3. I swear I shuffled them really well. Yeah, I want to get some more clarity on this because it's not really making sense. Or maybe it's making sense for you. That's all that matters. It doesn't have to make sense to me. Alright, what's the outcome for my Pile 3? Four of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Wands, and the Magician in the reverse. So I think that you're both going to come out of this hibernation stage. And with that Queen of Wands, I think that there will be forward movement. I feel like maybe everything's stalled with that eclipse energy and Mercury retrograde. And then with the Magician in the reverse, that doesn't really make sense with anything else. So what I'm thinking is it could be a timeline, which has to do with Aries energy and possibly even Taurus energy. So this could be during Taurus season when things are going to come out more. I feel like after Mercury retrograde is over, I would say mid to late May, things will start to pick back up again between you and your person, pile 3. My intuition tells me it is a very strong connection that is healthy. Both of you just maybe have some past traumas to work through and a little bit of healing to do, but I don't think it's hopeless. I wouldn't give up on it unless it's a crazy situation where, you know, follow your intuition above all else. Don't listen to me, don't listen to the cards. Follow your intuition first. The cards just verify what your intuition's already telling you. So we will get a couple of oracle cards for my pile 3 and see what messages want to come through. So we have mind your monkey business. And it could be talking about other people in your life that need to mind their business. So, you know, don't worry about what other people that are outsiders of the connection are doing. Don't let it fool you into thinking that it's going to influence your person one bit. There might be bitches telling them things in their ear. You know, I don't know if that's your situation or it makes any sense, or maybe people are putting things in your ear. If the connection's really meant to be and it's strong, you know, whatever other people around you chitter-chattering and gossiping are saying, it shouldn't affect you guys' connection. It might piss you off to the bone, but it shouldn't come between you guys. Maybe it's reminding you not to let it, or reminding you that you shouldn't put up with it if they let it. See what else comes through for my pile 3s. Expect a miracle. And we have honor your wisdom. Feel like this pile deserves more oracle cards for some reason, because there's something that's maybe more things that need to be said. Wear your party hat. And also gather your nuts. So I think it's, you know, saying remember to be prepared, maybe work on saving your money, whatever that means for you. And, you know, there may be a party or a celebration coming up. And it's, you know, reminding you to have fun. You know, don't be so, you know, you don't have to be so serious all the time. Alright, so that'll be the end for my readings for this eclipse energy. I hope that made sense for you, pile 3. Well, thank you, pile 3. I hope you have a great rest of your week and that you stay grounded and, you know, everything is nice and peaceful for you as much as it can be for this eclipse energy. Well, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week.